I've loved this. This is like a love at first sight image. When you first posted this, I was like, "Oh my God, did she really do it?" And I was immediately jealous and dumbfounded. And I was like, "What the heck?" And later on, I realized this is from like geothermal stuff in Yellowstone. But when I saw this, it was like it looks like it could be like a composite. Like it has a lot of motion. There's so many layers to it. The colors are fantastic. It's just like such an amazing image that has become one of my all-time favorites, not just from you, just in general in photography.
Oh, well, thanks,
I'm like
Eric.
eternally jealous of this one, but
So yeah,
yeah.
this was gosh, this was the trip where I fell in love with abstracts and I kind of had that epiphany of, I like these. Like I'm gonna photograph them. Like I don't really care if they don't sell or, other people aren't interested, but like this is where my heart lies. I just love these abstracts and combining geology and photography in Yellowstone. It's like my Disneyland. Um, yeah, I don't, and I had no idea what these were. I think they're just little bubbles that were trapped in the like little stream coming off a thermal feature. I have visited this spot every single year, multiple seasons a year, and I have never seen this again. It's
Okay.
completely different now.
Super
And
dope.
So they're
yeah,
actual like air bubbles, like gas bubbles or something. They're not
yeah.
like a
Because
physical
if
like
you, I had to use like a higher ISO because they were actually kind of like, you know, they were bubbly, like they were moving. They were
and
constantly
the water looks
stuck
like
in
it
the
was
same
rippling
spot,
too.
but they were like continually like amorphing into like little shapes. So I had to kind of use a higher ISO, faster shutter speed to like capture them in the moment. And
Hmm.
actually, our trip in January, I walked down the same boardwalk and saw bubbles, but it had completely changed. It's now like green and brown. Um, but the bubbles were back, so it was kind of fun to see. And I think that's one of my favorite things about visiting Yellowstone is that you never see the same thing twice. Like, I mean, I know geysers usually
Agreed.
look the same, but those bacterial mats just change season to season, and it's just been fascinating to watch.
Wow. I'm glad you
Is
picked this,
this
Eric.
what time of
This is
year
like
is this?
This was fall.
Okay.
hmm And actually, some of the or I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would assume this was during, I think, when Glacier was having a heck of a fire season. The skies
Mm.
were like bright orange every single day in Yellowstone. I mean,
I was gonna ask like if
it
that's
was kind
coming
of
from the light, the
apocalyptic.
color of the water.
But yeah, you'll notice a lot of my images from that time, and even some that I haven't even posted yet. I mean, this was 2017, if I do believe. I think, yeah, 2017. It just it was unique in the sense that there was just like an orange glow across everything, no matter what time of day it was. So it kind of put an interesting spin on some of these scenes. Like Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. At sunrise, you get all the mist rising up from the fall if you're standing on brink of the lower falls. And all of that was just like orange yellow, like every single morning, just because the sky was so orange from the fires.
wow.
Are you like surprised that I picked this one, or was this one that was like received fairly well from your audience and stuff?
I am a little surprised actually. Like, I mean, I like this one. I don't think, I mean, again, you cannot use social media as a barometer, but yeah, I don't think anyone got too excited about this one. But it's one of my favorite little abstracts. But no, I'm honored that you like it. David has
Honestly,
one too, but
this one was in my top like five when I was picking images from you. I almost picked this one too. I think
aw,
it's incredible.
thanks, Brent.
It's so unique and it's mysterious. Like the mystery is what really keeps you looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly abstract.
Did you
And
ever
it's
feel
funny because
like
like now that I look at this, I mean, I've, stared at it for how many years, but now that I look at it, like all of a sudden now I think, it almost looks like planets too going along there like
yeah,
these. And I've never thought of it that way.
your
Yeah,
watermark
it's
hits
one of
the
those
bone
images you
too?
just stare at for hours.
I'm
Or
glad you mentioned that, Mikey, because I did want to actually just sit here and stare at this for the next couple of hours together, if you guys don't mind,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
in
You can
silence.
virtually hold hands too.
as we drink, the, perceptions might change the image. So as we go.
It's starting to like kind of pulsate right now.
Paul's probably microdosing, so
Yeah. Wait, what are these little
Prop,
pieces of
prop,
paper in my beer?
probably. Definitely.
If you go to Yellowstone, you go to like the geothermal features, pour a beer in, and then when you walk away, like photographers will run up and like take photos of it, and they'll be like, I only saw
guy.
the bubbles this one year, but
Yeah.
they never came back. And
They were
so-
never there again.
It's amazing.
And they smelled like hops. Huh.
Yes.
It's obviously like sad because people have died, but it just like it's astounding to me that people like have even tried to get into the geo. Like it just screams like
Oh.
no,
Gotta
like
enter.
yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised there are not more deaths there on a yearly basis.
Really?
I am shocked.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look inviting at all. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna soak in this real quick, like this boiling, like green.
It's like,
Smelly.
where in
bubbling.
your common sense did you kind of lose that primal fear of like, that looks like boiling water. Oh, I'm gonna go sit in it. Like,
Yeah, maybe they
Well,
lost.
it's
they
the
were born
same
without
people
amygdala.
that survived the buffalo selfies.
yeah,
You know, they survive a buffalo selfie only to get in one of those pools.
yeah.
They're gonna kill themselves one way or another.
Oh yeah, it'll eventually happen. But yeah, I mean, we're there at least 2 or 3 seasons out of the year, and I mean, my gosh, the things we've seen from afar, like, yeah. I've just given up, like, politely, holding people just because,
Just like
just doesn't do anything. And David locks my windows if something is going on outside, so I can't go out and yell.